TechTonic Shifts is a space of dialoguing, trying to examine how technology and the arts is playing together and pushing boundaries together, not just here, but like all over the world. This is the second edition, Coding Cultures and GLAM Futures. GLAM standing for galleries, libraries, archives, and museums. So this one we brought together cultural heads, museum leadership, and practitioners who are really pushing boundaries of the art tech space.
Science creates knowledge. Technology creates possibilities. Design creates accessibility. But it's the art that creates meaning.
I've also been learning world building, and then I thought, why can't I just take these motifs and create a whole world on my own with the Valley of Flowers? And how would a bee or a pollinator or a butterfly see, or a bird see this space?
For the time being, let me take you to Oslo in Norway. On this waterfront lies the Munch Museum, one of the largest museums dedicated to a single artist. Artist in this case happens to be Edvard Munch, whom most of us know through his famous painting, The Scream. Now he was a prolific artist, has 28,000 works, but museum space, however so big it may be, can only, in this case, hold 3% of the display. Where the rest? And how do we access that? We said, why don't we reach the artist to the very medium through which he did his art? In this case, drawing. So this kind of innovation where you start drawing, and as you're drawing, the AI starts looking at your strokes and starts connecting to the archive and start fetching you the pieces from that archive.
Sound is how I think about place, memory, and culture. It bypasses explaining and goes straight to experience. Before creative technology, I learned by listening to musicians, communities, and lived traditions. Here's a project where these two worlds meet. This is live coding sound design for a contemporary folk musical theatre called Main Jo Karti Wo Kyun Karti.
Give Me a Sign is based on that idea. It was done with thanks to BeFantastic. We had come up with this idea, and then it went to Manchester, and it again has various forms. So there's a scalability in all the projects that I tend to think of.
Where we explore this idea of craft punk and science fiction, and through the lens of like antiquated technologies, and looking at essentially colonial worlds and how they manifest themselves in a way that bring out Indian culture in a more interesting and original manner.
To create artwork and this kind of computational layer between them, and how that kind of reimagines our sense of self.
So the sense of responsibility that we have. As a mother, I am a mother to my child, a mother to various AI tools, and how I guide them, use them, is what the future is going to look like.
Oftentimes, kind of the response of having worked with AI is that the line does get blurry, right? And to say that the line does get blurry is actually an embodiment of how all of our lives, in the decisions we make, in the ways we live, there is a blurry line between how you interact with technology. And the art practice is, in a way, kind of a true reflection of that.
In fact, the idea of making Bihar Museum was to showcase our history, culture, heritage of Bihar, but also to fill a infrastructural gap in the country. And the only criteria that we use for testing any technology is whether it is going to enhance the experience of my visitor or not.
Use technology to simplify very complicated concepts in Indian music. And when I say Indian music, please don't think I'm only talking about Carnatic music or Shastriya Sangeet or Hindustani music. I'm also talking about the history of the oldest heavy metal band in Bangalore. So we've taken some of these concepts and gamified them to make them more accessible and easier to understand for our audiences.
In NGMA, what we have attempted to do is to introduce AR-based souvenirs and AR-based signages, so that that is something simple that we could do within our limitations and challenges, and that has been quite appreciated and taken up by the visitors as well.
I think in our case, MF Hussain and Raja Ravi Verma cannot be asked anymore. They would have enjoyed this. They would have given their consent to this. And I do think there is a little bit of an issue. There's a lot of responsibility with us, how we are creating these kind of experiences. And the technology of just having like some pre-formulated questions and then they are getting answers completely outdated. So you do need to use AI in order to create responses.